Aquarius, this October, the universe is calling you to step fully into your soul mission, attracting abundance, expansion, and success in the world. Hey, Aquarius, I'm Lindsay with Love. I'm a Western tropical zodiac astrologer, here to raise the frequency of the planet by transforming as many lives as I possibly can. And astrology is one tool I use to do just that. So, welcome to your October 2025 horoscope. I have you here, I have my notes and computer here, I have my mic a little bit off camera. So, Aquarius, every once in a while, I'll be looking down at my computer to make sure that I'm delivering you the most accurate information. We are going to talk Mercury, Venus, the full moon, Mars, and the new moon, and then you will be on your way to a very successful month. So let's dive in. Starting with Mercury in the sky. Mercury's hanging out in the sign, my notes. Mercury hanging out in the sign of Libra at the beginning of this month. This is open communication. This is balance and harmony of the mind, kind of a calmness of mind. This is the energy of negotiating, compromising, and mediating as well. And for you, Aquarius, this energy is hanging out in the part of the sky for you that has to do with total open-mindedness. It's the part of the sky that says you are open-minded so your abundance and your expansion can flow in. It's the part of the sky that involves your life philosophies. It involves your wisdom and knowledge and your ability to communicate that information or share your wisdom and knowledge far and wide. It's your ability to connect with people outside of your normal circumstances, your normal environment. So people of different religions, spirituality, backgrounds, ideologies, philosophies, laws, like it is all encompassing. And it's basically saying if you can really stay open-minded to all of the different types of humans that are here on this planet at this time, you are going to win. You are going to open yourself up to abundance and expansion. Now, this is also the part of the sky, Aquarius, that involves your dharma, your soul's duties. I like to think of it as like a soul mission on this planet at this time. It's the part of the sky from a very tangible perspective that what you're sharing, this wisdom or knowledge, could reach broad and distant shores. So it's book publishing, it's e-commerce business, it's being able to connect with people from foreign lands and places. It is the energy of perhaps enrolling in university at a very high level or enrolling in a course that's going to advance your knowledge in some way. It's kind of a spiritual part of the sky as well, because if you think about like your dharma and higher wisdom and knowledge, that's very much spirituality, right? The essence of it. So at the beginning of this month, you're really focused in here on perhaps your own mindset. It's a time where you could uncover limiting beliefs that you've been carrying with you since ages 0 to 7 that you were programmed with, and you're starting to adjust those beliefs because you recognize that limiting beliefs are holding you back from your abundance and expansion. It's a time where you're connecting with lots of different types of people, and you could have a lot of success at reaching a lot of different people as well. It could be a time where also Aquarius at the beginning of the month, maybe even late last month in September, where you are discovering what your soul mission really is. You're starting to follow your heart, you're opening your mind, you're being more curious, and you're like, I think this is what I'm here to do, right? And so that's really beautiful as well. Then on the 6th of the month, Mercury shifts into Scorpio. And now Aquarius, your energy or your thoughts and your mindset, it's a little bit more intense. This is probing energy. Your words are intense. Your communication is strong. This is a time where you're really good at researching, analyzing, troubleshooting, problem solving. It's a time where you're really focused. You've got a lot of mental fortitude, and this focus is taking place for you in the part of the sky that involves your career, the business you own, or your public image out in the world. And the part of the sky that really involves like worldly success, like achieving success in like a public way, or like kind of based on society's standards, even though I don't necessarily think that you need to play by society's rules, Aquarius. So for you here, your focus is on your career, on your business, perhaps on your career and your side hustle, perhaps on your career and your positioning in your field, and people knowing you for what you are really good at, positioning yourself as the expert in your field, as the authority kind of go-to person. You're going to be really strategic at this time. Lots of communication at your job, if you're in one, lots of strategizing and planning and communicating when it comes to your business if you own one. And like once again, it's very intense and it's focused. So you're like really locked in. You're locked in with this energy when it comes to your career. And of course, if you're retired or this doesn't really apply to you, it could be like your social media influence. It could be you locking into like planning and strategizing around any sort of success. And I think I used the example in a different video. It's like success at training your new dog, success at learning how to knit, success at your gardening. Like, I mean, it could be anything, right? It doesn't have to necessarily just be an itch on my back. It doesn't necessarily just have to be career focused. Okay. So then at the very end of the month on the 29th, Mercury shifts again. So 3 different signs this month. Mercury shifts into Sagittarius. And now your mindset is very like open and jovial and optimistic and futuristic and forward thinking and bird's eye view. You've got a bigger perspective on things, and it's very expansive mindset energy. You're ready to really go for it. And for you, this is taking place in the part of the sky that involves your social circles. Lots of communication. I would assume at the very end of the month, you're going to be very socially focused, like social butterfly type vibes. You're getting to invited to lots of different things, different events. You're attending them. It's a part of the sky that involves your authenticity. And so it's a good time to practice being the authentic version of you, Aquarius, recognizing that authenticity is a rewarded energy in this time space reality, which means the more authentic you are, the more abundance flows to you. It's a time toward the end of the month where you might be meeting people, benefactors and allies, and other people who want to support you in helping you make your dreams come true. So a really beautiful mental focus this month for you around expansion, achieving success and connecting with people that are going to help you do that. So that's awesome. Oh boy, there we go. Okay, Aquarius, before we move on to Venus, the energy of love and money, hit the subscribe button if you are an Aquarius, if you know one in your life, or perhaps you're cross-watching for one. Let's talk Venus. Venus starts off in the sign of Virgo. This is healing energy. This is compassionate energy. This is desiring to be of service to others, helping others raise their vibration, helping others heal, helping others with whatever challenges they might have in their lives. Now, for you, Aquarius, this energy is hanging out in the part of the sky that involves your own personal empowerment, but not just that, but you leveling up with another. And so this is really beautiful energy. It's healing energy, like I mentioned. I could see it playing out that for you, that you're finally releasing some sort of fear that's been holding you back. You're finally realizing like a pattern or something, some ego energy that's been like keeping you in a fear state versus living in a state of faith. And so you release this because you're filled with love at this time. And it's a really empowered energy where you're like leveling up, gaining more confidence, feeling really good with who you are from a spiritual perspective. And it's the part of the sky that's saying like, in order to advance a collective, advance a couple, advance a group of people, we must set aside our ego desires. We can't just be all in just for ourselves if we want the whole group or the team or the couple to win. And so with Venus here, you're realizing that perhaps, and you're like, let's power couple up together. Now, Aquarius, if you're not in a couple with a soulmate, a husband, a wife, a life partner, it could be a power coupling it up with your best friend, power coupling it up with a business partner. When I say couple, I just mean 2 people, right? 2 or more. So it doesn't have to be super literal there. Now, Venus, the energy of money, this is also the part of the sky that involves joint accounts, joint resources, joint material comforts and security. And so it could be that your partner comes to you and is like, oh my gosh, I got a raise, I got a promotion, I won the company, whatever, and we're going on company vacation. It could be that your investments are popping off together, that you got joint approved for some new interest rate, mortgage, whatever. The claim money comes through, the settlement money comes through. The taxes are lower than you expected. It's that type of vibe, and it's good energy, right? Venus is very harmonious, loving, beautiful, abundant energy. So really enjoy it there. Then on the 13th of the month, Venus shifts into Libra, and this is very powerful energy because Venus is in rulership in Libra. It's gentle energy, it's kind, it's charming, it's romantic, it's loving, it's beautiful, it's harmonious, it's peaceful, all the good vibes. And for you, Aquarius, it's once again in the part of the sky that involves your abundance and expansion. I'm telling you, it's going to be a good month for you to really open your mind, open your heart, set aside the ego, step onto the soul path, and claim the rewards. So in this part of the sky, Just like I talked about with Mercury here, it's you being able to connect with a lot of different people, you being able to open your mind to the point of like, maybe there is no right or wrong in this world. We're all just doing the best we can as human spiritual beings on this planet at this time. You're seeing things for what they really are. This is like the part of the sky that involves like a lot of truth. You might be, from a money perspective, like if you were doing any publishing, e-commerce, money's flowing to you from like international shores, or different like e-commerce business where there's no like boundaries. You're serving the world type of vibes. It's a great time, Aquarius, if you've had something in your heart around being on the path of service to others, which basically means you are going to commit your energy to making the world a better place, not just for you, but for other people. It's a time where you could really step onto that path and succeed. And when you step onto that path, and trust me because I know, because I've done it, that is when your world opens up for you. That is truly when everything starts to fall into place, your abundance starts to flow in, your expansion starts to flow in, and you find like a sense of relief in the body, a sense of compassion, and like just like the pressure is gone because you're doing what you're here to do. So there's not a lot of thought into, not a lot of overthinking. It's just you're just doing it, and it feels good and it's easy, right? It's a time where, once again, you could be achieving success when it comes to like spirituality, higher education, higher knowledge. In a very random way, you could even be getting like tuition or something paid for. You've got this energy of money in this part of the sky for you as well, or getting paid for your knowledge, right? I say book publishing because that's kind of the most common way. It's like you write a book, people buy it, you're getting paid for your knowledge or your creativity. But it could be something like social media, it could be blogging, it could be anything where you're able to share information far and wide. Whew. Okay, Libra. Okay, Aquarius. Sorry, I was just looking at my chart that says Libra in one of the slides. Aquarius, let's keep going. Let's talk the full moon. There is a full moon happening on the 6th of the month in Aries, and this full moon very generally is saying, let's become a better version of ourselves. Let's look at the I am statements, the labels that we're giving ourselves, and let's release the labels that are not working for the reality we are creating. So in other words, you could be like, I am this, I am that, and like your new reality, no, you're not this or that. And those labels that you keep telling yourself are holding you in the current reality versus your manifested desired reality. Perhaps the full moon is shining a spotlight on something around your I am, around your energy, around your core identity, around how you are showing up and how others are perceiving you. And this full moon is saying it's okay to like release some of that, right? Now for you, this energy is in the part of the sky that involves your mindset and your communication. It involves your community and your neighborhood. So perhaps you are releasing, once again, a limiting belief around your mindset. It goes so nicely with all this Venus and Mercury energy up in the expansion part of the sky. That's like your greater life philosophies. This is more like your mindset, what you're studying, what you're learning. So maybe you're releasing like a limiting belief here. You might be changing up the way you communicate or switching up something that you want to study. It's a good time to actually follow a curiosity that you may have been nervous to follow before. So maybe you've been really interested in something, but you just haven't taken the opportunity to learn it or to research it or something. This full moon is saying, go ahead and do that. It's a time where you might shift. You might shift like the neighborhood you live in. Maybe you're moving. Because this does also involve community and neighborhood, like your immediate community, or maybe there are shifts in your immediate community. Maybe you're in some sort of like HOA and somebody moves out or something like that. And so your neighborhood is kind of shifting and evolving in that way. It's a really great time, Aquarius, to train your voice. I talk about this all the time because I think it's so powerful. I used to have it's so hard for me to even do it. I used to talk out of my throat. Hey, first thing, hey, I'm Lindsay. It was bad. It was bad. You can train your voice and teach yourself to speak like out of your chest, out of your heart space, and it becomes nicer to listen to, and it becomes more authentic and more genuine, and it's filled with love. And so you might be working on that. And Aquarius, why do I keep calling you all of the wrong names? I'm so sorry, Aquarius. Aquarius, if you do want to practice that, all you need to do is start talking and put your hand and feel where you're vibrating. Where is the vibration coming from? And then every day kind of just practice lowering it slowly. You're not going to go from speaking out of your throat chakra to your heart in one day. It's like a jolt of energy, right? What I did is I just practiced. Like I would practice right here, and I would literally sit with my hands on my chest, my clavicle area, and I would speak like this. And if someone's like, "What are you doing?" You're like, you can just say you're training your voice, and that sounds cool anyway, right? And so eventually you'll get down to your heart, where I'm at right now. And when you get excited, it'll go up, right? But when you talk from your heart, it's really powerful. So with this full moon, you could train yourself to do that. All right. Moving on, Aquarius. Let's talk Mars. Mars is hanging out in Scorpio all month long. And ooh, this is powerful energy. You probably have been feeling it at the end of September. It's going to move through October and into early November. And Mars in Scorpio is strong. Mars in rulership traditionally in Scorpio. This is the energy of being very goal focused, achieving success, in it to win it, strong willed. Nothing is going to stop you. You are going to get the job done. And Aquarius for you, it's hanging out in the part of the sky that involves your career, the business you own, or your public image out in the world. Now, I love this because you've got a lot of physical energy behind you. And so, Aquarius, if you're working on something like a project that's been like lingering along that you really want to get done, or maybe you're working towards some sort of goal in your career or your business, this month you could make like serious progress. You could finish it, you could get a lot done. I will say there are some cautions though. Be mindful that you're not like overly assertive, overly strong willed, because this is kind of leadership type vibes and there's passion involved, there's drive and determination. And up here in the part of the sky that involves your career, you could accidentally be stepping on people's toes, pissing people off. In your business, I think it's powerful because it's like you've got the physical stamina to just like go for it. Um, but there's potential for burnout, right? When we're pushing with too much human effort, we could burn ourselves out, and that's not good, right? So we want to manage our energy, be mindful of our energy. In the lower vibration, there's potential for this to be stubborn, and obviously in your career, your business, you want to be able to ebb and flow and kind of be adaptable so that you can continue to succeed and promote yourself. As it relates to like public image, social reputation out in the world, you could be positioning yourself as somebody with like a lot of drive, leadership abilities, um, successful person, a really successful person, and people may be very interested in that. They'll resonate with you in that if they're interested in personal growth and development and all of those things. Um, but once again, like the lower vibe is like secretive, withdrawn, stubborn. So, you have a lot of willpower. You can assert it, but just be mindful how aggressively you assert it and really use your discernment, read the room, and be mindful of others because it's not just the Aquarius show. You're likely, if you're in a career, working with others. If you're in a business, maybe you're a solopreneur and you're doing it on your own. And then in that case, like go for it, right? But just honor your energy. Oh my goodness. All right, Aquarius. Finally, on the 21st, there is a new moon happening in the part of the sky for you that once again involves your abundance, your expansion, your open mindedness, your life philosophies, your ability to learn and expand your wisdom and knowledge and share it far and wide, your ability to connect with broad and distant shores, e commerce, book publishing, everything to do with like abundance and expansion. So if you have desires, in any of that. And like, let's be real, Aquarius, we all want more abundance and expansion, right? So just send them out to the universe. Let God, source, universe, creator handle it for you. And Aquarius, claim it in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button to lock it in, and I'll see you back here soon.